So welcome to Delta Education. So today we have to read about a story, Henry, and written by Ruskin Bond. So first of all we have to read the author of the story. Ruskin Bond, born 1934, was born in Kosauli in Himachal Pradesh, India. He has written many poems and stories for children. Here is what he said in a recent interview. I am shy, but it is easier to interact with the children. বাচ্চাদের সঙ্গে যোগাযোগ করা, interact with the children. Just the other day, কোনো একটা দিন, a boy said, একটা বালক বলেছিল, he wanted to become a writer but couldn't manage to fill even a single page. তখন রাস্কিন বন্ড বলেছিল, I said, write one sentence, একটা বাক্য লেখো, later another, পরে আরেকটা, go on adding, যোগ করো, you will find the page full. তুমি পুরো পেজটাকে পূর্ণ করে ফেলবে. So that is Ruskin Bond. So now we have to start the reading of the story Henry. So what is Henry? The story is about a pet, and here the pet is a chameleon. Chameleon. The pet is a chameleon. Okay. So there are some word notes are there. So first of all we have to read the story. We have to read the story. Then we will discuss about the different kinds of word notes. Okay. So first of all I have to discuss only one word notes before starting the story. So chameleon. Chameleon. What is a chameleon? A lizard-like creature with large eyes and a long tail that can change its color. যেটাকে আমরা বাংলায় বলে থাকি গিরগিটি. So let's start. So given below are descriptions of some famous animal characters. Match to them to the animals they describe. Column A and column B. So column A. Number 1. Black Beauty was created by author Anna Sewell. Black Beauty is loyal and helps his owner and friend to earn money by pulling carriages. You can match. Okay, so number 2, in Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book, Akela, who leads the Seoni pack with strength and cunning, adopts the lost child Mowgli. Okay, and number 3, Peter was created by author Beatrix Potter. Peter is naughty, he doesn't listen to his mother and gets into trouble all the time. He enters farms without permission to eat carrots and radishes. And number 4, Stuart Little was created by the author E.B. White. Stuart got adopted by the Little family as their second son. Stuart is small and because of that gets into a lot of trouble. His family loves him as much as he loves them, but the house cat is not very fond of him. So now let's read the story. This is the story of Henry. এটা হেনরির গল্প, our pet chameleon, আমাদের পোষা গিরগিটি. Chameleons are no ordinary reptiles. They are easily distinguished by certain outstanding marks from their nearest relatives, the lizards. A chameleon's tongue is as long as its body. একটা chameleon's জিভ তার দেহের সমান লম্বা. On its head is a rigid crest. Crest means ঝুঁটি, which looks like a fireman's helmet. আমরা যারা আগুন নেভাতে যাই তাদের মাথায় যে হেলমেট থাকে সেরকম অনেকটা. Its limbs are long and slender, চিপচিপে সরু, and its fingers and toes are more developed than those of other reptiles. Many people believe that the chameleon is a dangerous and poisonous reptile. অনেক মানুষ এটা বিশ্বাস করে. Many people believe that. Okay. When grandfather was visiting a friend, দাদু যখন যাচ্ছিলেন তার বন্ধুর সঙ্গে দেখা করতে, he came upon, হঠাৎ তিনি দেখতে পেলেন a noisy scene. গন্ডগোল হচ্ছে, লোকজন চিৎকার করছে at the garden gate. Men were shouting, hurling stones and brandishing sticks. The cause of all this was a chameleon who had been discovered, যেটাকে আবিষ্কার করা হয়েছিল sunning himself, রোদের মধ্যে, sunning himself on a shrub, ঝোপঝাড়ের মধ্যে. The gardener declared, মালিক ঘোষণা করলো, that it was a thing capable of poisoning people, যে সক্ষম মানুষকে বিষাক্ত করে দিতে, at a distance, দূর থেকে of 20 feet, 20 ফুট দূর থেকে, and as a result the entire household had risen in arms. প্রচণ্ড ক্রুদ্ধ হয়ে গিয়েছিল, প্রচণ্ড রেগে গিয়েছিল পুরো বাড়ির লোকজন. Grandfather was in time to save the chameleon from certain death, হঠাৎ নিশ্চিত মৃত্যুর হাত থেকে, and brought the little reptile home. That chameleon was Henry, a chameleon named Henry, and that was how he came to live with us. Henry was a harmless creature. Provided I was patient, Henry was willing, খুব ইচ্ছুক, to take food from my hands. This he did very swiftly, খুব তাড়াতাড়ি সে করত. His tongue was the sort, এক প্রকারের, which came back to him with the food and insect attached to it. এর সঙ্গে আটকে যেত, জিভে একটা আঠালো পদার্থ থাকে, sticky thing. Before I could realize, বোঝার আগে what had happened, the grasshopper held between my fingers, আমার দুটো আঙুলের মাঝখানে ধরা ছিল, would be lodged, fixed, রাখা হতো, between Henry's jaws, হেনরির চোয়ালের মধ্যে, গালের মধ্যে. Henry did not cause trouble in our house, but he did create something like a riot. অনেক মানুষ মিলে যে গন্ডগোল করে, that is riot. In the nursery school down the road, it happened like this. When the peppers, পেঁপেগুলো in our garden were ripe, পেকে যেত, grandmother usually sent, সাধারণত কি করতেন, পাঠাতেন a basket of them to a friend. Mrs. Ghosh, who was the principal of the nursery school's principal, on this occasion, Henry managed to move things secretly, to smuggle himself into the basket of peppers when no one was looking. The gardener dutifully carried the peppers across to the school and took them into the Mrs. Ghosh's office. এইবারই ঝামেলাটা তৈরি হতো, গন্ডগোলটা শুরু হতো. গার্ডেনার মিসেস ঘোষের অফিসে সেই পেঁপের যে ঝুড়িটা, সেই ঝুড়িটা রাখতেন. When Mrs. Ghosh came in, আসতেন, after making her round, স্কুল পরিদর্শন করে, স্কুলটাকে ঘুরে, she began admiring, তিনি শুরু করতেন প্রশংসা করতে, and examining the peppers. Out popped Henry, তখনই হেনরি বেরিয়ে আসতো সেখান থেকে. মিসেস ঘোষ স্ক্রিমড, চিৎকার করতেন, ভয়ার্থ চিৎকার. হেনরি উড প্রবাবলি, সম্ভবত, হ্যাভ লাইক টু ব্লাশ আ ডিপ রেড, গাঢ় লাল, বাট হি টার্নড আ ব্রাইট গ্রিন, গাঢ় সবুজ বর্ণের হয়ে যেত. ইনস্টেড, তার পরিবর্তে, অ্যাজ দ্যাট ওয়াজ দ্য কালার অফ দ্য পেপার্স. মিসেস ঘোষের অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট, তার সহকারী, মিস ড্যানিয়েলস, rushed in, ছুটে আসতেন, took one look at the chameleon, chameleon দিকে তাকাতেন, and joined in the screaming, সেই চিৎকারে অংশ নিতেন, তিনিও চিৎকার শুরু করতেন. হেনরি took fright, ভীত হতো, and fled, পালিয়ে যেত, ran away from the office, running down the corridor, বারান্দা দিয়ে, and into one of the classrooms, কোনো একটা শ্রেণীকক্ষে সে ঢুকে যেত. There, সেখানে, he climbed onto a desk, ডেস্কের উপরে উঠে পড়তো, with the children, ran in all directions, some to get away from Henry, কেউ হেনরির থেকে পালিয়ে যেত, some to catch him, কেউ তাকে ধরতে চাইতো, but Henry made his exit, তার পলায়নটাকে সে করতো, through a window, একটা জানলা দিয়ে, and disappeared into the garden, বাগানে অদৃশ্য হয়ে যেত. Grandmother heard all about the incident, grandmother পুরো এই ঘটনাটা শুনতেন from Mrs. Ghosh, but did not tell her, কিন্তু তাকে বলতেন না, that the chameleon was ours, এই গিরগিটিটা আমাদের, এই chameleonটা আমাদের. I didn't think Henry would find his way, আমি এটা চিন্তা করতাম না, লেখক বলছেন যে হেনরি তার পথটাকে খুঁজে পাবে, way back to us, আমাদের কাছে ফিরে আসতে, because the school was 3 houses away, স্কুলটা ছিল 3টে বাড়ি পর. But 3 days later, 3 দিন পরে, I found him, আমি তাকে দেখলাম, সানি, রোদের মধ্যে, রোদ পোহাচ্ছে, himself on the garden wall, বাগানের যে দেয়ালে, and he readily accepted, এবং সে খুব সহজেই গ্রহণ করেছিল, some food from my hand, so adapted and abridged. So that is the Henry, a story about a chameleon. So now we have to discuss about the word lost. So here about some important word notes. So number 1, chameleon, I told it earlier, but I repeat it once again. A lizard-like creature with large eyes and a long tail that can change its color, distinguished, seen as different from others, outstanding, very important, rigid, hard and not easy to bend or move, শক্ত যেটা, crest, skin on top of a bird or animal's head, ঝুটি, slender, thin, সরু, hardly, throwing something with a lot of strength, প্রচন্ড শক্তির সঙ্গে কোনো কিছু ছোঁড়া, brandishing, shaking or waving something, কোনো কিছুকে নাড়ানো, rising in arms, were angry and protesting about something, কোনো কিছুতে প্রতিবাদ করা, patient, to do something in careful way for a long time without hurrying, lodged, fixed or stuck, riot, a situation in which a group of people make a lot of noise and trouble, smuggle, move things secretly, dutifully to do something that is expected from you, incident, something that happens. So that is the entire story of Henry written by Ruskin Bond, and so I think that I hope that you will watch my video for a number of times and you will open your textbooks while watching my video and you will read the entire textbooks, entire story. So and then you will understand the entire thing of that particular story very well. So now goodbye.